I shove this up your booty?
What?
Is that okay or no? I have a question for you. I'm the new general in town, mother.
The civil trial, I don't know, it's civil criminal, maybe it's criminal, it'll maybe last 2 to 3 years.
Oh.
Then the minimum charge, I think, will be 5 years per guilty verdict.
Vitaly, a man who has built an empire on controversy and chaos, has a long history of pushing boundaries and getting away with it. From streaking at the World Cup to climbing the Hollywood sign, he has always seemed to believe he was invincible. But recently, a new chapter in his life began in the Philippines.
Shut up, Chad. Stop scaring my mom. I'm not going to jail. I'm literally gonna have fun, talk to girls, eat some ice cream. I'm not doing anything fucking... Mom, I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just hyping up with the chat. Let me just walk around. I'm literally gonna talk to girls, talk to strangers. I'm not gonna mess with the cops. Fucking calm them down. You need a fucking chill pill, bro. Always trying to ruin the vibes.
It was supposed to be just another stunt, another viral video. Instead, his arrogance would lead him down a path far more terrifying than any prank he's ever pulled. He thought it was a joke, but this time the consequences were brutally real. The final terrifying destination for Vitaly is one of the regular Philippine prisons, which are even worse than the detention center. They are described as the most overcrowded and unsanitary in the world, places where prisoners are packed like sardines and struggle for space, air, and even water. This entire saga serves as a brutal and powerful cautionary tale. A man who once lived to mock others and create chaos is now facing the brutal consequences of his actions in a place where his fame means absolutely nothing. This is not a prank, it's not a joke, and it's not a staged piece of content. This is real life, and it's a lesson that Vitaly Zdorovetskiy is learning the hard way, with no camera and no audience to save him. At first, the situation felt like classic Vitaly.
I'm gonna go get arrested. That's the real. Yes, I am. Nope, mission's not completed if I'm not arrested. I love you guys.
He was being an absolute menace in the Philippines, shoving his camera in people's faces and yelling obscenities. He was seen harassing security guards, jumping on a moving vehicle, and even allegedly trying to steal a police officer's gun. To Vitaly, this was just content. Another day, another viral moment. When he was finally taken into custody and presented at a public press conference, he didn't show an ounce of remorse. Instead, he openly mocked the authorities and made faces for the cameras, seemingly convinced that his YouTube fame and wealth would make him invincible to any real-world consequences. This was a man who genuinely believed he was living in a video game with his own set of rules, and that the laws of a foreign country simply did not apply to him. But the Philippine government, led by their president, was about to teach him a very brutal lesson.
Na he's suffering from mental health issues daw.
Issues. Ano yung pakiusap niya?
Na kung pwede drop na yung mga kaso, na hingi siya ng patawad.
The reality Vitaly was thrown into was a far cry from the life he broadcasted on YouTube. He was placed in an immigration detention center with conditions that are nothing short of a nightmare. Imagine a facility perpetually at more than double its capacity, with men stacked up on top of each other at all times, struggling for space just to lie down. The smell of filth is overpowering, with rats and other vermin running around 24/7. There is no air conditioning, despite the blistering tropical heat and limited access to food, medical attention, or even a proper shower. He was forced to live side by side with genuine criminals and other undesirable aliens, all while the world watched from the comfort of their homes. This was a total shock to his system, a profound and dehumanizing experience for a guy used to a life of luxury and endless resources, where every inconvenience could be solved with a swipe of a credit card.
I'm not even gonna get into that, bro. I'm not, bro. It's insane. Praying for people, freaking donating to the kids. It's never good enough for anybody, bro. I swear, bro, I need to make my own fucking YouTube kick. I will call the police, call the police, call the police, and I will show what I did for the country. How much I donated to the poor, what I did in the hood. Call the police.
Just before his arrest, in a final live stream from the streets of the Philippines, Vitaly's entire demeanor was unraveling. The fearless prankster persona was cracking, revealing a scared, paranoid man. His mother was clearly terrified for him, pleading with him to be careful, but he laughed it off, telling her not to worry. He was seen wandering the streets, seemingly intoxicated or under the influence of some other substance. After spending more than 7 weeks in these nightmarish conditions, the confident laughter that defined his press conference was gone. A Philippine media company, GMA Integrated News, reported that he had written a letter to Secretary of Government John Vic Remulla begging for his freedom, but the officials of the Philippines were not buying it. Secretary Remulla, in particular, was not moved by the plea. He rejected it publicly, describing Vitaly as an undesirable alien who overstepped his boundaries. This was not just about the law, it was personal. Remulla was determined to make an example out of him, sending a powerful message to any other arrogant influencers who think they can exploit the country for content. He saw through Vitaly's fake remorse and was resolute in his decision, and the consequences are far more serious than a simple fine. Vitaly, despite having some theft charges dropped, is still being held on 3 counts of unjust vexation, which is essentially a public disturbance charge. These charges may seem minor, but they carry a potential prison sentence of up to 18 months, with each of the 3 counts possibly running consecutively. To avoid this, rumours suggest he tried to offer a financial settlement to the very security guards he harassed, but they held firm, wanting to see him convicted.